and welcome back to Banjo-Tooie Rejiggied. First of all, this channel, may have noticed, is going through some rebranding. Along with some new graphics, it will now be called Something Different Games, as I branch out into other video game projects. In this video, I'll be going through the changes made in this version, as well as other small bits of news at the end. There hasn't been a lot of attention put towards bug fixes this update, as most of the focus was put on content creation, but some have still been addressed. Two noticeable bug fixes are that you can no longer infinitely backflip upwards. I still need to create a backflip animation, of course, but this is a good start. Secondly, that eggs correctly rotate to face the direction that you're shooting. The egg counter will now count down as you shoot and up as you restock your eggs from the egg nests. Either of these actions will now also open the egg UI. Shooting globbles now has a splat sound effect, and once all 4 are killed, a Jiggy will now spawn in the appropriate space. Talon Trot will now allow you to go up steep terrain, but still needs to be tuned so that you can't go up things that are too steep. Collecting Jiggies will open a Jiggy counter and play a tune. Jinjos will wave and yell for help when you get within a certain radius. Collecting them will have them fly away with sparks. The animation, of course, has a bit of a bug, as you can see. The exterior of Mumbo's skull has the model complete. The textures are replaced, but still not permanent. Speaking of Mumbo's skull, you can now go in it. It's been modeled and has a placeholder texture added. As you can see, I've redesigned his hut because I find the original to be empty and kind of a time waster, having to run up to that second floor to find him. Cutscene dialogue coding has been cleaned up and streamlined, but you won't see any of that. A few bugs with the dialogue, including the text box being partially see-through, have also been fixed. There is a skip cutscene button now, it just doesn't currently do much of anything. Lastly, I have a Ko-fi page now. It's kofi.com/somethingdifferentgames. Everything I make is shared for free, and I want to keep it that way. If you like what I do, consider leaving a tip. Know that I'm on the right track with the project, and if you do, I'd appreciate it if you left a message telling me what project of mine made you want to donate. Speaking of other projects, they'll eventually be getting videos as well, but I want to make a certain amount of progress before starting those. But I've got several on the go, including a sci-fi management shooter, sort of a cross between Satisfactory and Factorio. A horror game where the world and the people in it change as you collect information that changes your literal perception of reality. A 3D platformer, a legally distinct frog in shorts with a banjo, in a world where consumerism has been dialed to 11. And finally, a turn-based game a la Front Mission, where you control mech units and take part in historical campaigns from the Sengoku period of Japan. Discord, as always, in the description. Feedback there is a lot of help. I hold polls to decide things like what I should focus on, or should I release this video now or when there's more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.